Now guys, in this case, actually, a field gun of mass 1.5 ton fires a shell of mass 15 kg with a velocity of 150 meter per second. Calculate the velocity of the recoil of the gun. Now you have to use the principle of conservation of linear momentum and you have to find the recoil velocity. So here the mass of the gun is m1. m1 is written as 1.5 ton. 1 ton is equals to 1000 kg. Remember that 1 ton is equals to 1000 kg. 1.5 tons, that means 1.5 into 1000 kg. We have to convert it and that becomes 1500 kg, right? The gun is having the mass of 1500 kg. Now in this case it fires a shell of mass 15 kg. Now what is 15 kg here? 15 kg is the mass of the bullet. Now the mass of the bullet is 15 kg and the velocity of the bullet is given as 150 meter per second. Now v2 is equals to 150 meter per second and you have to find out the recoil velocity. That means you have to find out v1 here. v1 is the required term that you have to find out with the mathematical expression for of recoil velocity of gun. Right? Now I suggest to pause the video and write down all of these things, then we can proceed in solving the numerical. Right? Okay, now I'm just deleting all of the things here. Now according to the principle of conservation of linear momentum, how we have derived the recoil velocity of the gun, we have an expression that m1 v1 plus of m2 v2, that is equals to 0, where m1 is the mass of the gun, v1 is the recoil velocity. So m1 is the mass of the gun, so mass of the gun was 1500 and v1 will remain same. Mass of the bullet is 115 kg only. Mass of the bullet is 15 kg and the velocity of bullet is 150 meter per second. That is given here. This is the mass of the bullet. This is the velocity of the bullet. We have just substituted all of the values in that mathematical expression, right? And that equals to 0. Now 1500 v1, that is equals to 2250 minus of 2250. If you just calculate it, it will come like that. Now what will be the value of v1? v1 will be minus of 2250 divided by 1500, right? Now if you just calculate it, it will come 15, that will be 10, that will be 15, and it will be minus of 1.5 meter per second. That's the required recoil velocity of the gun. Now here in this case, why the minus is coming? Because in which direction you are just applying the force to the bullet, the recoil velocity is calculated in the opposite direction of the velocity of the bullet. If the bullet is traveling in a right direction, then you will experience a force in the opposite direction of the velocity of the bullet. Therefore, the mathematical expression of the recoil velocity of gun contains the minus sign, and therefore we have got v1 as minus of 1.5 meter per second. Okay, now we are just taking an example. That means if you are just firing a bullet in this direction which having the velocity of 150 meter per second, now your gun will experience a force in this direction and this is having an velocity that's called the recoil velocity that we have derived, that is a 1.5 meter per second, right? Now we are just proceeding. Now the next problem is, a hunter of 45 kg is standing on ice, fires a bullet on 100 gram of 100 gram. This should be the printing mistake. This should be of 100 gram with a velocity of 500 meter per second. Now the hunter is of weight of 45 kg. He is holding a gun of 5 kg. Now what will be the value of m1? If a hunter is holding a gun, now the mass will be the mass of the hunter plus the mass of the gun. Therefore, it should be 50 kg. Okay. Now you have to calculate the recoil velocity. Therefore, you have to calculate the V1. Now the mass of the bullet is equals to 100 gram. The gram is the unit of mass in CGS, but you have to convert it to SI. That means you have to convert gram to kilogram. Therefore, we are just dividing 100 with 1000 and it will come 0.1 kg, right? If you just cut the zeros also, it will come 0.1 kg. What is the velocity of the bullet? The velocity of the bullet is V2 and that is equals to 500 meter per second. Right? Now all of these things we have to write down when a numerical will comes to you. All the information that is given in that numerical problem, you have to write down all this information on the copy at first. Then you have to relate the data with the concept you have. Then only the numerical will be solved. You don't have to just be panic when you will just see the numerical from physics, right? You have to write all of the data that is given in the numerical, then you have to relate the data with the concept you have. Okay, now we are just applying the mathematical expression of recoil velocity, that is having m1 v1 plus of m2 v2, that is equals to 0. Now what is m1 here? m1 is 50, v1 we have to calculate. What is the value of m2? m2 is 0.1. What is the value of v2 here? That is of 500 and that equals to 0, right? Now 50 v1 plus of, if you just do that calculation, here as 0 will come, you will just cut it and it will come 50 also. Now 50 v1 plus 50 equals to 0, therefore t v1 equals to minus of 50. Therefore if you calculate, then v1 will be minus 1 meter per second. Now in this case also, if you are firing in this direction, if you are firing the bullet in this direction, that will experience the force in the opposite direction of firing, and the recoil velocity in this case is minus 1 meter per second, right? I hope you guys have understood the concept. If you have any doubt, you guys can reply me in the group. Now we are just proceeding with the next numerical, and don't forget to pause the video and write down the derivation, okay, and understand it very carefully. Now I am just deleting whole part, and the next numerical is spring balances hooked as shown in the figure. We pull them in the opposite direction. If the reading shown by A is 1.5 Newton, what will be the reading of the B? Now we have to apply Newton's third law. At first pause the video and try to do on your own and then match it with my answer. Okay. Now we have to apply Newton's third law. Now if you are applying a force of 1.5 Newton, if the reading shown by A is 1.5 Newton, that means you are applying a force of 1.5 Newton. In this direction, you are just applying a force of 1.5 Newton. Therefore, the reading shown by B will be same, right? Because for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, the reading shown by B will be 1.5 Newton. That's the answer. That you have to apply the concept of Newton's third law. That's enough. Okay, now we are just proceeding to the next numerical. Now there is a block of weight 5 Newton is placed on a horizontal table. A person pushes the block from top by exerting a downward force of 3 Newton, and you have to find the force exerted by the table on the block. Right? Now at first you have to draw the diagram. Now here a block of weight 5 Newton. Here the block is having the weight of 5 Newton that is placed on the horizontal table. Now weight will act always in downward direction. That is having the weight of 5 Newton. A person pushes the block from the top by exerting a downward force of 3 Newton. Right? Now a person is applying a downward force of 3 Newton. In this case, the downward force is 3 Newton. Now find the force exerted by the table on the block. Now what will be the force exerted by the table on the block? Now how much force you are applying on the table? Force applied on the table. What will be the force applied on the table? That should be 5 Newton plus 3 Newton, that is 8 Newton. Now if you are applying a force of 8 Newton to the table will also apply the same force to you. Therefore, the force exerted by the table on the block is 8 Newton. You are applying a force of 8 Newton to the table. Therefore, the table will also apply the same force according to Newton's third law. Okay guys, next proceed to the next problem. Just understand the concept very carefully. If you are having doubt, I'm just telling you further, just reply me on the group, okay? Okay, I'm just deleting that. And next, proceed. With the next slide, yeah, we have got it. Now a motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour. When you will have a velocity that is in 108 km per hour, then you have to multiply it with 5 by 18 to convert it to meter per second, right? When you'll just multiply it with 5 by 18 and calculate, it will come 30 meter per second. So kilometer per hour must be converted to meter per second. Now it takes 4 seconds to stop. What is 4 seconds there? It is the time required to stop it, right? When the brakes are applied. If the brakes are applied, that means it will stop. Therefore, the final velocity should be 0. Just learn the way that I am solving that numerical. Now you have to calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car if it is having mass along the passenger of 1000 kg. Right? Now you have to apply the force. You have to calculate the force exerted on the brakes. That means initially the car was traveling with a speed and you are just applying the brake and the car is stopped. That means you have to apply Newton's second law. At first, gather all of the information that is given, that the mass is also 1000 kg here. Now I'm just erasing that part and I will just calculate by applying Newton's second law. Now in the mathematical expression of Newton's second law, we know that force equals to mass into acceleration. Now if acceleration is broken down, then it should be v minus u by t. Change in velocity with respect to time, that is equals to acceleration. Now the mass is equals to 1000 kg. The final velocity is 30 meter per second. The final velocity is 0. It's my mistake. Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 30 meter per second and that time is 4 seconds, right? Now if you just calculate it, it will come 1000 into 30 divided by 4 and the minus will be here in this case. Now if you just calculate it, it will come 250. Now where I can write down the answer, I'm just writing over here, okay? That is minus of 7500 Newton. That amount of force you will apply on the brake and therefore the vehicle will be stopped. Here the minus have come because you are in deceleration. You are not accelerating that motor car, you are decelerating that motor car. Therefore we have just got a minus in the final, in the value of force. Now we are just concluding our session for today. Just revise all of the topics and if you have any doubt, just revert me back in the group. Okay guys, goodbye, thank you.